Hi friends, welcome to Amazon Web Services. In this video, we are going to discuss elastic load balancer. This concept is very important.
What is elastic load balancing? Elastic load balancing automatically distributes incoming application traffic across multiple Amazon EC2 instances. This increases the fault tolerance of your applications. Then elastic load balancer can load balancing traffic to multiple EC2 instances located across multiple availability zones. Okay, so generally, what is the load balancer? See that, just understand the structure. The regular infrastructure in the environment, you have any one application server or any one server in the environment. Maybe when the people's more connected to what instance means that server, sometimes the server getting performance is slow, even getting slow, and like it is called different issues while running the what single server. But if you give more requests on the server, sometimes the server will crash, so unexpectedly server down. Then what about server available, that is called what users connectivity, maybe you lose the what information also sometimes. So that's why the load balancer responsibility is what, take multiple instances, means what, all servers are what, same resources, means it is running the what, same application servers. So the mediator is load balancer. So when the users gives the what request to load balancer, the load balancer responsibilities, it distributes incoming application traffic to what, multiple instances. The load balancer distributes incoming request to multiple instances. That is advantage. Even in that case, anyone is down. That's the second and third one offers the what, availability. But second one is down. Yes, first and third one offers the what, availability. Any two are download. Yes, third one offers the what, availability. So means offering application continuously. That is the main advantage of load balancer. Okay, so an elastic load balancer can load balancing traffic to multiple instances located across multiple availability zones. Okay, even no need to maintain all instances in the same zone, even can different zones also. But elastic load balance should be paired with auto scaling to enhance high availability and fault tolerance and allow for automated scalability and elasticity. Okay, load balancer can sync the what auto scaling also, but what is auto scaling in the next lecture I will explain. Okay, an elastic load balancing has its own DNS record set that allows for direct access from the open internet access. And what is the meaning? So actually, this is the instance one IP address, and this is the what instance one more IP address. This is the instance one more IP address. So three missions are running, three IP addresses are there. But how can you reach the what end user switch mission like this IP mission, this IP mission, this IP mission? So means end user no need to type the what instances IP address. So the load balancer also maintains one URL that is called what, like a public domain name, will reach the what application servers. So means it maintain multiple servers IP address that will form the what single URL. So end user will type the what that single URL only. So that is the what its own DNS record sets. So means the elastic load balancer maintains own DNS record set, and ELB will automatically stop serving traffic to an instances that becomes unhealthy. So this is also one more important point. So actually, the user request goes to elastic load balancer endpoint, but that load balancer distributes traffic to multiple instances. But how this load balancer knows which instances are healthy or unhealthy? So means the load balancer maintains health checks. The load balancer maintains health checks. So in the health checks, first one, here second one, third one. So in that case, what happened? Any one instance is down, then the elastic load balancer maintains health checks. Okay, the instance one is down, that's why it will stop the what serving to what content. But elastic load balancer only serve the content which are healthy instances. Once instance is unhealthy, it will stop the what immediately serving the what content. So but how elastic load balancer which are healthy or not, so that is it maintains the what over health checks. That is the last point. Elastic load balancer will automatically stop serving traffic to an instance that becomes unhealthy, so via health checks. Okay. But overall, load balancer responsibility is what? It maintains application availability. And now the next important, what is health checks? So this is called what? Health checks. Health checks are crucial for load balancers. They enable the load balancer to know if instances it forward traffic to are available to reply to request. The health check is done on a port and route, that is health check is common. If the response is not 200, then the instance is what? Healthy, unhealthy. So what is the meaning? So if you create any instance, you know that already health check means. If you create any instance, after few moments, that instance running 2 by 2 checks. That is called what? 200 meaning. When the instance is healthy, that is called what? It is running perfectly 2 by 2 checks, then only it is healthy state. In case, see that the response is not 200, means 2 by 2, then it is instance is unhealthy. So based on the status, the immediately serving, it will stop the what? Serving content to instances. Okay. But load balancer products. So load balancer offers fault tolerance means availability. That is called what? Backup like ELB types of, that is called what? Products. The first one is classic load balancer, application load balancer, network load balancer. So okay, three types of load balancers. The first one is classic load balancer. A classic elastic load balancer is designed for simple balancing of traffic to multiple instances. But classic load balancing is best used when all the instances contain the same data, but there are no granular routing rules. So means when to use classic load balancing in the environment. So now this is the load balancer, but in my cases, 4 instances are there. So this is web server 1, web server 2, web server 3, web server 4. But all instances maintain the what? Same data. In case any 3 is failure, even fourth one is running, no problem, your application is available. Okay. Classic load balancer is best used when all instances contains the what? Same data. Okay. So now how to create a classic load balancer? Now I will tell you now. Right now, I will show you how to implement elastic load balancer. So first, let me show you classic load balancer. But we will take 2 instances for load balancing. So load balancing means almost web servers only, because the user request is over the web only. So that's why load balancer mostly for web servers. Okay. So first, where is the EC2? Where is the load balancer means under EC2 only. So first, I want to create 2 instances. So launch instance. Okay, Amazon Linux. So number of instances to, so like here 2 instances. Okay, as or wish, you can go for custom VPC means custom VPC, production VPC means production VPC, default means default. Okay, then click each instance 8 GB. Okay, sorry. I will do the what directly web servers on the what bootstrapping. Otherwise, each machine will connect it and install and configure the what web server. Okay, I want to install at a time web server on both machines. So you know that bootstrapping. So first, here it is called what bootstrapping line, that is shebang line. I want to update the server first, yum update -y. Then I want to install the server, yum install httpd-y. Then I want to start the service, systemctl start httpd. At the same time, systemctl enable httpd. You know that already, these steps. Okay, so now I want to two things. Echo, like the message is welcome to AWS is the what one mission. So that output is underbar www/html location. Then it is called what index.html page. Okay, even I want one more page. Echo hi, this is test one. Like I want to print this is test one, where it is under again where www/html location, that is called what test.html page. Okay, I want to copy these steps under notepad. Okay, so I applied these steps. First install the package, update the server, install the package, start the web server. So here we created two pages, index.html and test.html. Take it, just wait. Okay, just add storage, remaining all are same. So number of servers are how many? Two servers. Add storage, add tags. Okay, configure security group. That is called what web server security group. Review and launch. The port 22 not opened. 80 and 3389 is there. Then I will create a what new security group. Okay. This is web security group. Web security group. The port 22 okay. And again one more port is required. HTTP is recommended. HTTP. So now here is the what anywhere, also anywhere. Two ports are open, 22 and 80. And review and launch instance. The key pair name is Satya. Then launch instances. Okay, so this is bootstrap scripting. So for load balancing, very easy steps. The first step is collect two web servers. That is the what important rule. So myself directly applied the what bootstrapping. See that I will change the what in the second server settings. Because if the same is both are maintained the what same content, maybe you confuse it to get the what output like that. First, go to location of your web page where www.html, because the instance is being to create still. Once instance is ready, Bootstrap successfully applied. Okay, so now in that case, just verify that test.html, index.html is there. Okay, in the VI index.html, welcome to, I want to set up DevOps, for example, or welcome to Azure. One page is what? Welcome to AWS. Another page is what? Welcome to test one, or like something. Hello test one, and this is test two. So don't confuse it. One more time I will tell you here. See that. In that case, for creating web servers, two web servers are recommended. So in my web server one, it's running index.html page, at the same time test.html page. At the like that web server 2, same thing, index.html page and test.html page. But in that case, hello test2 is the output, but here in the test.html first page, hello test1 is the what? Output. So I specified in the first mission test1, in the second mission test2. Same thing in the web server 1, index.html page, welcome to AWS. In the web server 2, welcome to Azure pages are I kept. Because if I maintain the what same content in the both machines, so how do you know that both servers are working or not? But actually in the environment, both servers are maintains the what same data. Then only one server is down, the second server offers the what same data availability. But in that case, just practical purpose. This is the testing mission. So that's why I want to show the what clarity. That is called what practical clarity. So if I maintain the what same both servers are same data, so maybe you confuse it, this is the first server or second server. So that's why when the output is test one, this is web server one. When the output is test two, this is the what web server two is working. Okay, it's fine. Okay, both servers are running. So I will keep it both servers names in the different names. For example, this is the what first server. This server name is test one, and this is the what second server. This is the what test two, for example. So now both are perfectly working. But if I go for the test one, copy the word public IP address, just observe. So welcome to AWS. So my bootstrap perfect. So the second server offers welcome to Azure. Right. So in case if you give the word slash, like my page is what test.html, this is the word test one. And if I give the word second server, then that is called what test.html, and this is the word test2. Okay, perfect. So my two web servers are ready. So now how to create load balancer on these two virtual servers. So I want to create load balancing now on these two virtual servers. So how to create it? Now go to EC2, under EC2, see that load balancing concept is there again, and tomorrow maybe auto scaling. So load balancing concept is there. Click on load balancers. So create load balancer. So the first one is, where is the gateway? Okay, completely changed again. Okay, here is the what classic load balancer. classic load balancer, create it, and load balancer name my CLS, classic elastic load balancer, for example, my classic elastic load balancer, and create an internal load balancer. Internal load balancer means the URL not offering over the internet. So means you can connect the what load balancer through Bastion host only. So means I want to offer URL over the internet. So that's why uncheck the what internal load balancer. Then the requested port is what 80 only, because load balancer means obviously port number 80. Assign security group, but this time maybe you done the what mistakes, and don't be create again one more security group. Already you created one security group for virtual servers, so please apply the what same security group for load balancing also. In case if you create one more security group, then your output is not available. So maybe most of the people's done a mistake here only. So create a what select the what existing security group, what security group you selected for EC2 instances. Then click on configure security groups. Fine, that is configure health checks. So the ping port is HTTP, ping protocol is what 80, ping path is what index.html. Actually, in my web servers, two pages are there: index.html, test.html. Okay, my basic path is the what home page is what index.html, and a response timeout, like here it is called what time to wait when receiving a what a response from the health checks. So here it is called what health checks means how system find out health when the server is down. So the load balancer find out 2 to 60 seconds, okay, that server is healthy or not. Like it is called what refresh time interval, health thresholds like that. But these values are good idea, very low values. Even you can expand increase the value means you can increase it, but I will leave it the what with the default offsets. Then click on add EC2 instances. Okay, so now I want to create load balancer on these two servers. What are the servers? Test1 and test2. So that's why select test1 and test2. And one more important thing, availability zone distribution, enable cross zone load balancing. In case your instances are running same zone, no need enable to cross zone. Or maybe instances are running different availability zones, definitely must enable it. And one more very important point here. So the best idea is the what same zone, and even it is called what different zones. But load balancing doesn't support for cross region. Load balancing support only within the region. So you can select the what any availability zone, but within the region only. Okay. Then click on add tags, and then review and create it. So now my load balancing is ready. So now it's being to create, but in the load balancer, just observe my load balancer, that is called what internet facing, not internal facing. So selected availability zones, creation time. So status is what two instances out of two instances, zero is the what in service, because so right now those two instances are not healthy state because it's being to create. But after few moments, the status of instances under load balancer is what in service. So instance registration is still in progress. Okay, so what are the instances? Test1 and test2. But you want to verify the what health checks, here is the what edit health checks options. So based on these health checks, which instance is healthy or not, it will check it. So the listener's port number is 80. You want to create alarms or something like means what for load balancing, create it. Okay, you want to migrate one elastic load balancer to elastic application load balancer, you can do it. But the description of elastic load balancer here, but the DNS name of here, see that I told you it's combined multiple URL, multiple IP address to what one single URL. This is the what load balancer URL. So the end user will reach over this URL only. So now if I paste it, so this URL offers the what, see that welcome to Azure. Okay, but if I go for the what another request, so maybe the request is welcome to AWS. So because two requests, so two requests means definitely it will share it. So now see that welcome to Azure. If I refresh it, welcome to AWS. See that welcome to Azure, welcome to AWS. So means load balancing perfectly working. If I go for that, like test.html page. So hi, this is test one. Hi, this is test two. Like see that load balancing is perfectly working. So the almost all customers will reach the instances over this URL only. Even one instance is down, the second instance offers the what availability. So means just testing purpose, I provided test one and test two. So then now that is the reason you easily identified, okay, both servers are working. In case if I maintain both are test one only, so which machine is working, which machine is not working, you don't know exactly. Okay. But in the environment, you must maintain the what same data in both servers. So I think you clear how load balancer is working in the back end. Are you clear? Guys, are you clear? Okay. So now how to create application load balancer. So this is the what application load balancer. An application load balancer is designed for complex balancing of traffic to multiple EC2 instances using content-based rules. That is host-based rules and path-based rules. So even don't worry. For example, the collection of classic load balancer is nothing but application load balancer. So now, first important thing, this is the what one one target group, and this is the what another target group. Okay, target group is nothing but collection of instances. Like just assume it, this is my test environment and this is my development environment in the real environment. Test environment, development environment. So we created successfully two target groups. One is test environment, and say in the test environment I will keep it test one instance and test two instance. Okay, we need to create one more environment, that is called what dev environment. In the dev environment I will keep it dev one instance and dev two instances. Okay, see that two instances are test, two instances are dev related, but these two maintains the what same data and these two maintains the what same data. Okay, so then what is the advantage in the real environment? The load balancing working based on the what input URL. Input URL. Okay, here is the what two target groups, for example. So when the user requests, this is the what my main URL, for example. In case if I give dev related content, the traffic is goes to development environment. If I give test related names, then the traffic goes to test related environment. So based on your input URL, the traffic will goes to particular target groups. The traffic will goes to particular target groups. So the load balancer maintains multiple target groups, but all target groups single URL, but based on your input URL, the traffic is distributed to multiple targets. But here in that case, overall 4 instances are required, but 2 instances under dev and 2 instances under test. But in the real environment, application load balancer is very important. Why? Because everything is working. Like for example, see that what is the application load balancer. For example, if I run flipkart.com, so this is the what main page URL, but slash I need only electronics, then traffic goes to electronics related. I need only televisions, so then traffic goes to televisions. So I need only goes to, like it is called what maybe SUS. So then traffic goes to SUS like that. But main URL is only, but remaining content is what based on your input. So like that is called what content based routing. So here when to use application load balancer? An application load balancer is designed for complex balancing of route traffic, multiple EC2 instances using content based role. So your traffic, your instances content is not same, go for the what content based routing. Your instances data is same, then go for the what classic load balancer. Okay, so now here same thing in the real environment. For example, ibm.com, then this is the what main page. So then ibm.com is what opened. So in that case, if I go for that, like in the real environment, sometimes what happen, if I go for type HR means the portal redirect to what HR documents. If I go for like development, then this URL request to what development. So like that, different contents in the what real environment. Okay, ibm.com, like for example, if I go for the what services, then traffic goes to services only. Okay, so like base everything is what based on your content only. Now it is open the what service based contents. Okay, so like I want to only open like HR, like then traffic goes to HR. So that is called what load balancer. So based on end user request, the traffic will goes to particular targets. So now how to create targets and how to add it. So this is one target, this is the what another target. Okay, so now how to create it. Again, already test 1 and test 2 web servers are ready. Same thing, I will make it dev 1 and dev 2 instances. But in that case, index.html page again we need. And also I will take dev.html page. Dev.html page. Same thing, dev to index.html, and this is the what dev.html. Okay, first again we need two instances, but already two instances are running. So another two instances are required. Instances, launch instance, so now here it is called what the problem. In case load balancer is what heavy traffic means, again you need to add the what one more instance only, because the load balancer only will reduce the what traffic. Traffic means what, if you add multiple servers, then only the traffic distributed to multiple instances. So means how to add instances means I will tell you, wait. Okay, so now again two more instances, configure instance details. So two more servers are recommended. And then again I will configure the what bootstrapping. But in that case, welcome to not AWS, here welcome to Linux for example. And this is not test one, this is the what dev one. Okay, so just identification, welcome to Linux, this is the those first two instances, welcome to Azure and AWS. This then welcome to test one and test two, this is welcome to Linux and Unix. And hi, this is dev one and dev two, like. And add storage, remaining same, configure security group. My security group is web security group, review and launch instance, and fine. So overall four instances are there. Okay, so now two more instances. So this is dev one, and this is dev two. Okay, overall 4 instances are there. And where to change the what, where to add the what multiple instances? So I told you already, but one more time here under instances section. See that in the load balancer under instances section here edit instance option. So okay, heavy load is running. Maybe these two instances are not sufficient for this traffic. Then you need to install and configure one more web server. Then add the web server here. Edit instances. So already two instances are there. Okay, I want to add one more server here. See, all servers are listed out here. But from this, you can add it. Okay, I want to add two more servers. Then add it and save it. Okay, you don't want to more instances. Okay, one or two is enough. Then remove that and save it like this. Are you clear where to add? Shaker, clear now? Okay. Okay. So now overall 4 instances are there. Overall 4 instances are there. Right. So now first two instances are testing department related and the second two instances are what? Development related. Okay. As per diagram, 4 servers are ready. And then I want to create one target group test and another target group with name dev. So then we'll add the what two more instances under test and two instances under dev. So first I will change the what settings also under dev. I will go for where www HTML location. Two files are there. In the index.html, already first instance is welcome to Linux. My second dev2 instance is the what? Welcome to Unix, for example. Just content identification. Actually, no need to change it. What instance? Okay, test.html is there. So this is dev2. But I will rename it. I forget to add the word file name, rename it. The test.html to dev.html. Okay, now one is the what index.html, second one is what dev.html. Fine. So overall 4 instances are ready. 2 instances are dev1, dev2, and these two are test1, test2. Okay, dev1 and dev2 running. Welcome to Linux and Unix. These are the what? Welcome to Azure and AWS. So then how to create first targets. So there under load balancing, target groups are there. So first create target group. So now my target group is based on instances, even IP address and Lambda functions also, but all setup is same. Instances means select instances, IP address means select IP address, and Lambda function means select the what function name only. But later I will tell you what is the function. So then first target group name is test. So this test is running HTTP, that is under what default VPC, because all are running under default VPC. The protocol version is HTTP1, that is fine. And health checks HTTP, and health check by default index path is the what like it is called what index.html path, by default index.html path. Then it is fine. Next, and which two instances are what under test target group. Okay, my test1 and test2 belongs to what test target group. So now I selected two instances only. So then include as pending below. So now two instances are added. So after selecting, just add the what include as pending below. Now two instances are pending. Now is selected. Then create target group. Okay, the target group test successfully created. Under the test, so two instances are there. What are the targets? That is called what test1 and test2, but still both are what unused state. And what is the next requirement? Create another target group with name dev. So then create target group. The target group name is dev. It is fine and everything is okay. And the default ping path is what? Index.html page. And remaining okay. Then next, add instances. This is dev1 and dev2. These two are related to what? Development. Then include as pending below. Fine. Create target group. So overall, as per diagram, one target group name is test, under test, test1 and test2. And another target group name is dev. Those are the what? Dev1 and dev2 successfully added. Now on these two target groups, how to create load balancer. Okay, so now we are making the what? Load balancer on these two target groups. All because already two target groups are ready. Then how to create load balancer? Again go to same steps. Under load balancer, create load balancer. Now it is called what? Application load balancer. Application load balancer. But actually here gateway load balancer may be new deployment, but even I'm not tested, but I want to do the what R&D again, but because it's the new thing in the today. Okay, and a network load balancer is the word, but both are same, but you will do the what like assignment. Now I'll tell you the what application load balancer important. So then create it. Application load balancer. What is that? My application elastic load balancer. So now here is the option directly internet facing and internal facing. Internal facing means what? It's not available over the internet. So now internet facing only. Then that is IPv4, the ping protocol 80. And now in that case, you must select the what availability zone, means where exactly your instances are running. That is US East 1A na, 1B na, 1C na, like that. You don't know exactly, then you can select the what all availability zones. So, but my instances are running US East 1D only, but I selected all availability zone for safe side. And now remaining is okay. Click on configure security group settings. Okay, then what is the security group? My security group is web security group, that is port 22 and 80. And configure routing. So this is the new thing for the what application load balancer. So what is your target group? So actually new target group are existing target groups are already we created two target groups. Those are the what dev and tester. But which is default target group? So for example, if I type www.myproducts.com, so by default traffic goes to dev environment or test environment. You need to select it. Okay, my default traffic is dev only. My default traffic is dev only. That dev means what? The ping path is HTTP, port 80 is contacting, but the ping path name is index.html. So then dev means what? It is welcome to Unix and welcome to Linux paths. That is fine. Then click on register targets. But in the advanced health, those are the what health checks only. So that is called what? Already you selected refresh time interval and the threshold time and timeout and everything. Then fine. Register targets. Okay, and review create it. So this is the way to creating application load balancer. So now your application load balancer is what? Provisioning. See that the state of application status is provisioning. But while provisioning state, if you observe the what targets, my default target is dev only, but dev instance target states are what? Now see that initial states. But I'm not selected test environment. So my test environment targets are what? Unused only. Maybe yes, unused only. So because I have not selected my dev environment, my test environment. So now default traffic is the what dev only. So that's why dev instances states are what now initializing, means by default traffic is what dev. But after few moments, your load balancers are ready. So now my application load balancer, again load balancer offers the one URL, that is DNS record set A. But the listener's port number is 80. that is fine. And monitoring, you want to create any alarms for this load balancer, like everything, then you can go for create alarm. So now observe, in the description state, the DNS name, this is, again, this is one more URL for application load balancer. If I do that, see that, yes, welcome to Linux, and now welcome to Unix. But if I go for that dev.html page, so now this is the dev.html. What happens here? Okay, hi, this is dev2. Hi, this is dev1 is not working because of what? Maybe in the first instance I'm not modified the word test like that. So now if I go for the word test, maybe it's working. This is dev1 maybe. This is dev1 like that. But second instance not offering. Okay, I will change it. I forget to modify it. Under instances, my dev1, this is the problem. Already name. Okay, fine. So now maybe it's perfectly working. So now in that case, my default is the what? Dev.html. Dev.html. It is fine. This is dev1 and this is dev2. But in the same URL, just check it, test.html, because test.html is running on another two instances, that is test1 and test2. So now what happens is not found, because there is no granular rules for this load balancer. So that's why application load balancer means it is a content based routing. You must write the rules either path based or host based. So how to writing the rules for this application load balancer? So now I will show you. Then only it is working. Okay, where is the routing rules? Go for load balancers, my application load balancers. Under listeners field, here view edit rule option. Under listeners field, view edit rule option. See that the default forward to what dev only. So view edit rules. So now here is the what plus option. Click on the what add new rule. But this is the backend internally running the what one script, that is called what if then script, if then else script. So what happened in the if then script? So I want to write the rules. First click on insert. What is the rule? Add condition. What is the condition? I'm writing the rule for path based. In case if I give any traffic related to test star test, then what is the meaning? If you give any input URL related to test, then see that if you give test related string, that is test related request, then add action, forward to development or test node. Okay, any request goes to related to test, then here it is called what test department, like this. Okay, then save it, then save it. Okay, then it is called what save. This is the first rule. Again one more rule, insert rule, add condition. For example, path based, if I give any request related to dev star dev, means if you give dev.html or dev or something gave, then add action, the traffic goes to test only. So, okay, dev only, because dev request, dev only. Okay, it is fine. Then save, then save. Okay, save it. So these are the what granular rules. So now previously these test.html not working. Now see that this is test one, this is test two, this is test one, test two, test one, test two. But if I give request goes to dev.same URL dev.html, so then this is dev1 and this is dev2 like this. So this is called what application load balancer. So the application load balancer completely working based on the what content. So that's why it is called what complex balancing of traffic to multiple instances. Okay, but in that case, okay, rules are fine. You want to change any default traffic, but under target groups, just verify that previously dev only is working. Now test targets are what not still it's showing the what unused, but it is called what healthy state. So now the dev targets are what healthy state because you successfully did the what target groups. Okay, so in the load balancers, but very simple options everything here. The default traffic running is the what dev only. The you want to write the rules means here only. We want to creating alarms means here only. The description is what here. You want to verify the listener means the state of load balancer active. But you want to change the what traffic default traffic dev to what maybe test only. Then select it and edit it. Otherwise you can click it here and change it in the edit option, so that the default traffic is already dev. So now I want test only. Delete it, forward to test. It is fine. Then okay and update it. Okay, now if I go for any default request nothing, then this is welcome to Linux and welcome to Unix, but Azure and AWS is the test perfectly working. So this is the only default traffic. So if I type ibm.com, that is the home page. Same thing, this is the what home page, but and remaining things based on the what your input URL. Okay, that is called what application load balancer. Are you clear where to change and how to verify the what application load balancers? Good. So now in this lecture, the one more important point, but how end user will reach this my application elastic load balancer 402423, is it correct URL? Means it is 100% not business URL. So business URL means like yahoo.com, gmail.com, flipkart.com, amazon.com. So like that short URL names are required. But how that short URL names, that is called what end user names integrate with what these large URL names, that is large elastic load balancer names. So that's why we need one more concept is the what route 53, that is called what DNS concept is required. So that DNS responsibility is what it is a mapping large URLs to what single URL. Okay, for example, I have a business, my products.com is my domain name, but how integrate myproducts.com URL name with what these large URL names? The backend load balancer means offering very large URL names only, but that large URL names how to map with simple names, that is called what human readable names, that is called what route 53. So that's why load balancer with route 53 concept is good idea. And now the third important thing, network load balancer. Network load balancer are mostly used for extreme performance. But what is the difference means? So application compared to application load balancer, network load balancer handle the what more request. So millions of requests handled by network load balancer, that is only. But overall, the creation process is the same as application load balancer.